for today's advent. Inside was some David's tea. And yesterday I got the little tea steeper, the little man who hangs in the cup. So there's the loose leaf tea to go inside. There's a lovely Christmas tin. How exciting. Ooh. Yes, going to very much enjoy that. I'm going to get some brewing happening. I'm still having coffee. You notice the last several days coffee has been first off. Yep. Now today's Advent tea, it's all about tea today, it's lovely. This is Unwind Me for the Season. And this one, sorry, I've got to look. That's why I couldn't see the ingredients, it wasn't the ingredient side. Lemongrass, cinnamon, ginger, garcinia, hibiscus and lemon. Now I did look up what garcinia was. It's a sour flavour and it's like a mangosteen, I think, which I still don't really know what that means, but I took a photo of the Googles. So yeah, it's a fruit that's used for sour flavours, for sour properties. So some of you may have had that before, but there we go. So yes, I'm going to kick back and relax. This is my Monday day of annual leave. So I'm going to make myself a list of things to do. And then tonight I'm going to Yarnder's ballet concert. So speaking of which, I'm going to need some knitting because I'll just knit round and round and round on my lap during the show, because I think she won't be on stage the entire time. It's her ballet school, so I think there'll be different performances by different groups. And yes, I'm not sure I want to take that Halloween-y colours that I was knitting on the hat, so I might cast on something in different colours. We shall see. I just opened the David's tea canister. How pretty is that? Look at all the little pieces in there. And it smells incredible. It smells just like Christmas. So very cinnamony and spicy as well as the tea. So I'm very much looking forward to trying that. I mean, I already was, but you know, even more so now. So very pretty indeed. So it was really important to me to be able to keep my promise to my other niece and nephew, because I had promised them the specific knitted animals. Whereas I know for Yarnder niece and Yarnder nephew, they are going to love these. And how cute are they? They've got, I don't know if the colour is showing up, but all this sparkle through the different coloured yarns is actually green sparkle. So it's really unusual. I guess you can see it better against that actual green yarn. So I think this is perfect, and I'm going to suggest to them that these teddies live with all their Christmas decorations, so that, you know, each year they get them out rather than it being a bear in their room that, you know, just becomes yet another toy, which is fine. They'd all have a good home no matter where, but I thought it'd be cute that they can have these as special Christmas decorations. And of course, if they want to keep them in their room, that's up to them. But I just thought they were so cute. A wonderful cause to donate that money towards, and again, so cheap for the amount of work that goes into them. Plus, it means that I can, you know, not have absolute stress and running out of time and just not being able to produce 2 more knitted items. You know, because knitting's supposed to be fun. This is a perfect solution, and these are such cute teddies. So there we go. I have filmed the Christmas teddies. I can cross that off, and then I can wrap them, and then they'll be all set to go under the tree. So if you remember previous videos, our tree is a little cardboard tree, so presents are actually going to go in one of the cabinets behind. Smudge likes to do gardening. He pulls out the dried plants, plays with them outside, and then brings them inside to sit on the brown rug and, you know, have this kind of fun. Sophie's job to clean up afterwards. Because it's her dog. I don't mean I'm being mean and, you know, giving her the worst chores. Oh, good smudgy, yeah. Take them all off the stem. Right, back to my list. I'm about to do some wrapping. And the wrapping paper I'm using is the one from Who Gives a Crap toilet paper, as you would have seen on earlier vlogs. These are quite funny. This one is all letters to Santa. And this one here is from Who Gives a Crap. Dear Santa, please can we make people do more ones and twos? Dear Santa, please can I have a year of human food from the goodest boy? I bet that one was written by Smudge. Oh, this is good. Dear Santa, do you have any dietary restrictions? I have gluten-free cookies and almond milk. Ah, very good idea. Woohoo! First 2 presents wrapped. We can do this. All right, we're going to get this blocking party started. It's a block party. Damien went and saw them recently and they were in Perth. Apparently it was a very good show. Moving on, we have got the lovely Tuft Woolens blocking soap that I'm going to be using. So what you do if you haven't used a bar soap before for blocking, essentially you just you know, rub it in your hand to get some lather up to then put into the water. So normally I just do that under the sink, but that's a bit tricky to film and show you. So what I'm going to do is I've just put some water in the bowl already, and I'll pour a bit more over and we can just, you know, splash it around in there. What I'm blocking is my recently finished approximation of a sockhead hat. And then this is some parts of the Bun Bun Bunny. That's the body, that will be the head. You can see there's some decreases there. And then these are the ears. I assume they're going to go on like that because I think you sort of sew them on, sort of, you know, folded in a little bit. So that will be them. I think that looks very cute with a partly pink ear. And the colour, I just kept going with the colour from where I bound off. So that was the first ear, then the second, and then it changed colour. I think that looks very fun indeed. I'm really happy with how the colours worked out. It was complete, just not even coincidence, that's just how it was in terms of where the yarn started, but I think it worked out really, really nicely. So let's get this soap into the water. Smells very, very nice. You can see there's a couple of little bits floating in there. They were just little bits that were in the packet, so I've just put them in. So we'll just wriggle it around, lather it up a bit. And I don't know if you can tell, but the water's going a little bit soapy now, as in, you know, a little bit more opaque. So we'll just do that for a little while, and then I'll add in some more water. I was also reading the label. It also talks about that you can rub directly onto the soles of socks, so if you're using it for cleaning rather than just blocking fresh. So that's really good as well. I think that would be a really good application. You can just rub it directly on like soap. Ooh, amazing. So I think you can see now the water's much more cloudy. So that's great. So just keep doing that. I'll add some more water and then in they'll go. I'm going to be storing it in a Ziploc bag here. I'm not sure I have a spare soap dish at the moment, so yeah, I'm just going to put it straight in there, and that will keep it airtight. Sorry, keep it in an airtight environment. And there we go, everything's in soaking. So both of these items are made with commercial yarn. They're both Knit Picks Felici actually, one in fingering and one in worsted. If it was a hand-dyed yarn with the pinks and the reds, I probably wouldn't put the two items together just in case there was bleeding. And of course, commercial yarns can definitely bleed, but I've never had an issue with this particular type of yarn, so I think it's going to be fine. And look, even if the colour did bleed a little bit, I think it would still be okay. I could, you know, either clean it off, or it wouldn't make too much difference in terms of how the colours are on these items anyway. So yes, I will be leaving those for about 20 to 30 minutes to just have a good soak. That's the bar of soap in its bag. I might keep the wrapper with it just so I know the name of it, or I might not, I'll see. The wrapping is all recyclable, as it said on the back. I think I showed you that when I showed you the soap out of the packet. So yes, I can now go and sit down and have a little cup of tea and then come back to these. Oh, there's Smudge. Hi, darling. Productivity has come to a halt. I sat down to upload some photos to my Ravelry page. Smudge came and sat down and has fallen asleep, and I can't move now. I guess I'll just have to stay here. Not do more things on my list just yet. What a shame. So here's some more wrapping I've done with some paper from Who Gives a Crap, and this one actually has toilet paper on the paper, but the positioning is really nice. The print has the ribbon right in the middle. So this is for YarnderWoman. Polly is a nickname I've always had with her since I was little. Princess Polly. I think it was a doll that I had. So yeah, that's always been my name or nickname. And the toilet paper itself is a bit of a family in-joke, because as YarnderWoman got Alzheimer's and it progressively got worse and worse, when she'd still go to the shops, oh here's Smudge, hello darling. When she'd still go to the shops, she'd just buy tons and tons of toilet paper. When we cleared out our house, there was a lot of toilet paper, so we didn't have to buy any for quite a while. So yes, ha 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 ha. It's one of those, yeah, family jokes. If you don't laugh, you cry kind of thing. Who's that, Smudgy? Who's that? Hi, darling. Hi, darling. It's a fly, isn't it? You can hear him. What a good boy. You're such a good boy, aren't you? Who's that? A Beastmaster?
Being a good boy, Smudge. Yes, don't bite my face. No, no.
It's time for a little sit down with some knitting, and a Smudgy, he came to join me. I've got some Earl Grey tea, and I'm working on the project I cast on yesterday, which is the Assassin's Cowl. That'll be linked in my Ravelry page. And if you are unaware, my Ravelry page is YarnderWoman. So I'm really liking how that's knitting up. Beautiful colours. This is the Lavender Sparkle colourway by, oh, I've gone blank on the dyer. Something to do with candy. Terribly sorry. I'll remember later. But otherwise, it's on my Ravelry page. And as I was knitting it yesterday, Sophie, the Yarnder team, said, oh, that colourway is really lovely. And I started talking about it, and then she goes, I used the word colourway. I said, oh, you used it so natural, I didn't even notice. But yes, very proud. She's using knitting terms. Oh, so proud. Yes, my feet are killing me because I've been on them. And look, I've done pretty much everything on my list except put away the laundry. To be honest, that was always a stretch goal. I might still before I go out tonight, but we'll see. For now, I'm having a little sit down. And I've got on here to decide on a project for tonight because I was saying I didn't want to knit the Halloween coloured yarn. I've decided I'm just going to keep going with it. I might put it in a non-Halloween project bag. That might help me with my seasonal dissonance. Because I thought I had some Christmas Felici yarn. It was the Jingle colourway, but as I was looking for it and couldn't find it, I remembered I think I sold it a few years ago now. So yes, we'll stick with the spooky yarn, but change the project bag, I think, to take. So now a little bit more knitting, some podcast watching, patting of smudgy, and then we'll get back to it. Oh, also I have to be fully transparent. I've got cook, decide on dinner recipe. I've crossed that off just because it's not going to happen now. I think I'll just have some low gluten toast and Damien can fend for himself. He might be able to hear me saying that, otherwise I'll tell him later. Again, I might cook something before I go and have a more substantial dinner before I go out. But the chances are pretty low right now. On with the knitting.